What's going on, guys? This fragrance review right here, a great designer scent that I discovered last year. It's a flanker of one of my perfect 10 fragrances, Terre d'Hermès. Remember that one? Reviewed it several years ago. You know what? When a flanker comes out of one of my perfect 10 fragrances, I'm kind of skeptical on how can you make a fragrance better than a perfect 10 fragrance, in my personal opinion. Well, this one can actually be better than Terre d'Hermès. I said it. What's going on, YouTube fragrance family? Welcome to another Robes 08 fragrance review. Today I'm putting my nose on the house of Hermès and their fresh flanker of Terre d'Hermès. This one right here called Terre d'Hermès Eau Très Fraîche. Keep it tuned in. This is a good review. Terre d'Hermès Eau Très Fraîche hit the shelves in 2014. Bottle size is the one you see here is the 4.2 ounce, and the 2.5 ounce is kind of rare to see, and the 6.7 ounce too is kind of rare to see. The 4.2 is usually the one that's being sold. Concentration, this is an eau de toilette. Pricing, again, Hermès fragrances, they're pricey. When you go to Hermès boutique, you are going to be paying US retail $80 to $150 for this fragrance. So shop online and you may find it for under $100. This is a good one for under $100. I want to thank my partner FragranceX.com for this fragrance. You can check out this fragrance, purchase it on FragranceX.com. You can utilize my code ROBES08, get 15% off. Go check out the whole Terre d'Hermès series is on Fragrance X, and you know how much they are retail. They're fairly pricey. So Fragrance X, you can get a little cheaper, and you can utilize my code and get that 15% off. So the nose behind this fragrance is Monsieur Jean-Claude Helena. I don't have to talk about the resume. It talks about itself. Let's take a look at the note breakdown of this fragrance. So in the opening, we have bitter orange peel, and we got water notes. In the mid, we got geranium absolute. And in the base, we have patchouli, cedar, and vetiver. Major notes to this nose have to be the bitter orange, the cedar, the water notes, geranium, and the vetiver. Group this is a woody aromatic fragrance. How many sprays and where? Let's take a look at it. And I go a little more liberal with this one. I can go right up from 6 to 8 sprays any given time, but I do my 1 on the chest, 3 on the neck. So when I do 3, I go 1 on each side here, and then 1 on the back. And then 2 on the arm, so I'm wearing a shirt, but long sleeve shirt, but you can see that my inner elbows are open, so I'll hit those. And sometimes even I'll hit my shirt once in a while. So those are my sprays for this fragrance. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of Eau Très Fraîche. So this one described, in a nutshell, in fragrance reviews, a watered down, brighter version of Terre d'Hermès. You can say that's almost correct here. So let's do a spray on my hand to remind me of this introduction, even though I'm wearing it right now. So as you know, this is of course a fragrance that has made my Perfect 10 Club. This is the Eau de Toilette version. I don't own the perfume version, so I got to get my hands on it because I absolutely love this. So Perfect 10 Club fragrance. Let's see if this guy can join it. So in the introduction, this fragrance puts a smile on my face because this was kind of rather unique as far as Helena's style. There is a lot of things that pulls from Helena here, but this is more his style. It takes a lot from this, a lot, and I'm going to mention that during the review. But it really pulls a lot from his other fragrances. Déclaration from Cartier. This one mostly, Bigarade Concentré. It takes a lot of the beautiful introduction of this fragrance in this fragrance. So it opens up with that typical Helena style that I come to love for his fresh fragrances. Some say this introduction reminds them of the EDC compositions that he does for Hermès. Terre d'Hermès Eau Très Fraîche, sorry, starts off very much cooling, refreshing, and exactly what I expect from Jean-Claude. It takes a page out of his best fresh scents. In the opening, mixes it with the original Terre d'Hermès DNA, and this is what you get in a nutshell. The star of the show in this opening has to be the citruses. This is what makes this fragrance sell. This is what makes this fragrance so appealing to a lot of the fragrance reviewers on YouTube, is that opening, that citrus. It gives the user much more zest than the original orange from Terre. She's brighter, she's lighter, she's even a little wetter, And to be honest, much more natural smelling opening than the original. Yeah, I said it. It's like taking the dirty orange from the original Terre d'Hermès and cleaning it up. You get more depth of the citrus, in my personal opinion, with this. More of the, not more of the peel, because Terre d'Hermès is more about the peel, but you get the peel, you get the rind, you get the whole freaking citrus. You cut it up with this one. You get more of the juice. With Terre, you get more of the peel. This is more of a well-balanced citrus, and you get that zest. Now, grapefruit helps. Grapefruit is a note that Elena utilizes quite a bit in his fragrances. It's not listed in the note breakdown in here. However, it is one of his better notes that he utilizes, and it opens up the scent and gives it the scent, its zest and its sparkle. So you got that orange, but you also got some grapefruit to give it some oomph, and it's very watery and it's very zesty as an opening. Now, with the authentic and beautiful citruses, similar to Bigarade Concentré, is another trick that Monsieur Elena utilizes. So this one has, of course, some spices in it, and of course it has that sweaty spices that he utilizes with his citruses. So in this fragrance, he loves using spices like cumin to backbone his citruses. Especially in this one, those spices do come out quite a bit. In this one, he utilizes them. They're in there, but they're so fleeting, and they're so easy to miss. And some users get them right away. They're like, I can't stand this fragrance because of that sweaty cumin-like smell in this fragrance. Other users miss it altogether. So it's a neat trick. He snuck it in there, and what a wonderful trick to this fragrance to give it some depth too. It works very well. It pairs very well with citruses. As Bigarade Concentré is one of my favorite fragrances. This one, he does the same trick, but a little less, a little more fleeting and more into the backbone of the fragrance. So another note that makes Eau Très Fraîche stand out from its older brother is this watery, transparent aspect in this scent. That's something that Terre does not have. Eau Très Fraîche has this beautiful watery feeling straight out of the opening. Elena's genius with his watery notes. Case in point, take a look at Jardin sur le Nil and smell that watery aspect in the fragrance. It's aquatic, but not really. Really great use of it. And he utilizes it in his bestseller for Hermès in the men's aisle, which is Terre d'Hermès. He utilizes that and adds another dimension to the fragrance, and that's why it's an Eau Très Fraîche. It's so authentic. That watery feel fits so well. It's a great piece of the puzzle, and it goes well with the whole idea of the scent. So really, the watery aspect is something that I truly appreciated in Eau Très Fraîche. Now, the use of geranium in Eau Très Fraîche is also genius from Elena, as geranium can give off, as many know, green, herbal, minty, menthol-like appeal to a fragrance. A great trick to make the scent even more fresh. So geranium did that in Eau Très Fraîche. Some people do pinpoint mint in this fragrance. I feel like it just gives it a little more of an air of freshness. Also, the geranium utilized in this scent also gives out a floral quality. Not saying that this fragrance is floral at all, but obviously, geranium is used for a lot of rose-based scents, so it'll give you a kind of a floral quality here. The opening of Eau Très Fraîche is exactly what I expect from an Eau Très Fraîche version of Terre d'Hermès. I wouldn't change a thing. I really wouldn't. It's exactly what I came to expect from the Perfumier Jacques Drouin. He utilizes his old tricks up his sleeve as he would. And I think it's a great flanker to the original Terre d'Hermès. So let's get more into the dry down, and this is where it starts being a little familiar from Terre d'Hermès. In the dry down, the scent moves very slowly. This is a slow-moving scent. I would say the transition is perfect. That's what I like from this fragrance. It's very slow-moving. There's not much movement from like 10 minutes to another. It really is a slow mover. I like that. You lose some of the citruses. They try to hang on as much as they can, and they do a good job here. The geranium is a little more pronounced here in the dry down. The watery aspect continues to thrive, but you do lose that sweaty aspect. It's very short-lived as far as that cumin-like feel. You start receiving some of Elena's old tricks. Again, some more of his old tricks, like the mineral, flinty aspect you get from the original. It's less in your face. It's less bold. You also get the ISO-E Super as you would from the original Terre d'Hermès. You get it in here. That's your backbone. It's got the cedar. It's got the vetiver. So it's got some woodiness. The vetiver, not too rooty. It's green. It's woody. But again, same thing as the mineral aspect, less bold, less thick, less in your face. That's really what this is all about as far as the dry down go. She is earthy, but not too thick. It's really, you get some patchouli in here too. I don't think it's a major player in this fragrance personally. It is in the dry down, listed in the notes, sorry, but it's not a major player. Basically in this dry down, there isn't much change from the original title, just a little softer, a little less thick, and exactly what you expect from a Très Fraîche version. Overall, a great composition that is blended to a T. The blend is outstanding in this fragrance. It's a flanker that can really just stand on its own. If this never existed, I would dare to say this could take its place as far as one of the top sellers from Hermès. I really, really do. I think it can stand on its own. If I can give you an imagery of this, for this scent, it reminds me of being near an orange tree. You know, you got the earth, you got the bark, you got the woods, you got, you know, shrubs, things like that, but you got the oranges, but you got some cut up oranges near you. Let's say you just wanted to take some off the tree and cut them up right there and there, and it just rained. Because you have to have that watery aspect to that. This one is very dry. This is much wetter version of it. So you got to have some sort of imagery of rain. It just rained, not it's raining. It just rained. That's the kind of imagery I'm getting from this one. Recommended age, I would have to say anybody and everybody. This thing can be unisex. I could see a woman wearing this, especially if you hate this fragrance. Don't just look at this and say, it's the same thing as this. I don't want to try that. Try it. There's so many people I know that love this and hate the original. So, but any age, I just think the only thing that would really draw back the younger crowd would be that sweaty accord, that cumin-like smell. Other than that, I think that opening is so bright. It's so easy to wear. I think anybody can wear it. Fragrances that are close to this, well, what does it remind me of? Fragrances. It reminds me in the same club as Dior Cologne, Dior Sport, Bigarade Concentré, which is way more expensive, Déclaration by Cartier, just because, of course, Elena. So there's a lot of Elena. I could go on and on as far as Elena scents that remind me of this, just because he utilizes a lot of his tricks from other fragrances. So really, it goes against the higher echelon Dior fragrances. I like that it goes against those. Best time to wear this fragrance, this is a daily driver. You can wear it dressed up, dressed down, casually, date during, you know, the warm weather, of course, nighttime. I think basically the world's your oyster with this one. Signature scent worthy, 100%. You can just wear it any time. Seasons, of course, it's a summer, spring scent. Fall, it's surprisingly good. I remember in my first impression video that I said that I could wear this, I could extend the life of this and just wear this one during the winter once in a while. These guys go hand in hand. You can wear this during the day, this during the night. You can wear this and substitute this with it. So I've worn this quite a bit in the fall. As you can see, I got this, I don't know, around springtime, and last year, I've put a huge dent in this fragrance. Again, it takes a lot of sprays to get that. You know, I go 6 to 7, so it depletes the bottle quite a bit, but really very, very good. Almost all seasons. Development, linear, average, or complex. Higher end of average, almost into complex. I know that a lot of reviews talk about just a watered down Terre d'Hermès, and Terre d'Hermès is, even though it's you know, described as ISO-E super, we can't just delve into that. It is very much a complex scent. There's a lot of little things here and there, and this one, same thing. There's a little things here and there that make it so great. Work appropriate? Yes, 100%. Signature scent worthy? Yes, 100%. Let's get into the rating system. Projection. 7 bottles out of 10, above average as far as projection goes. It will, sometimes I've noticed with this fragrance that it's going to die quite quickly. But most times I've worn it, it has done very well for me. Even during the fall, very surprising. So, but there is some wearings that it's just almost a dud. But most wearings, that's why the projection gets a 7. Longevity, 6 bottles out of 10. Again, it's not the biggest performer. I get 5 to 7 hours any given wearing, sometimes more, sometimes less. So the general rule here is 5 to 7, which is okay. It's a little low as far as longevity goes, but still good. Compliment factor, 9 bottles out of 10. And this guy is getting, especially recently, I don't know what's with it, but Recently, while wearing this one out, I've been getting compliments galore, and it wasn't a huge compliment getter back in the day, but it's getting a lot more, and this one is just, you know, tippy-toeing on what that one's getting. It's getting a lot of love as far as compliment factor. Great. Uniqueness, 9 bottles out of 10. It really is, again, if you're looking at Elena's work as a whole now, maybe it's not really that unique, but I love Terre d'Hermès as a construction base. It really is fairly unique in our game, so I'm going to give it a 9. Pricing versus what you get, 10 bottles out of 10. This fragrance is exactly what you're paying for, and this is what I want to get from a higher echelon designer brand. This is the kind of quality I'm looking for, and this is what they gave me, so it's exactly what I'm looking for, 10. Versatility, this is one of its strong points, 10. One of its best points. I can wear it almost all the time. Smell, another 10. This thing smells great. It utilizes the best part of Elena's style is his citruses. And he brought out his best citruses here with the opening. He brought out a great watery aspect. He kept the interesting parts of Terre d'Hermès, the flinty aspect. He utilized one of his tricks with cumin and kind of made a sweaty accord that I absolutely love with his citruses. There is nothing that I could say that as far as smell goes, this is great. And that goes to an overall score. Terre d'Hermès, Eau Très Fraîche. Join your big brother. Welcome to the Perfect 10 Club. So this is, I don't know if that's a first for me on my channel. I don't remember. It might not be, but it's to me a flanker. Doing the exact same type of score of a fragrance that I absolutely love is very rare. So this one gets the perfect 10. And that goes to buy, try, or pass. This is a definite buy. If you're looking for a fresh fragrance, especially 4.2 ounce, gives you enough. Don't go any smaller than that. You need a lot of sprays with this one, I'll be honest. So you're going to go through a bottle kind of like I did. 4.2 will do the trick. A definite buy from me. Overall, Eau Très Fraîche is very similar to its big brother. It is. And that's when I go, is it a redundant release? No, it's not. It really stands on its own. It's got so many other factors than this one does not have. I would not wear this and this for the same situations. Yeah, I can wear this and supplement this, but I can't wear this to supplement this because this is much fresher. So I was highly skeptical, you know, with watered down version of a classic fragrance like this. That's not what I received. It's not what I received. Its quality shines from the first spray with those authentic citruses right down to the details of the flinty mineral quality, to the watery aspect, to even smaller details to the sweaty cumin. This scent keeps the high quality that I expect from Terre and the House of Hermès. And to me, personally, I think this is a better scent. I'm a huge fan of Terre d'Hermès. Still love it to this day. I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's a top seller for Hermès for good reason, but Hermès did this justice. This thing, period. This thing is good. I know many people that hate this fragrance, and I know a lot of people that don't like this fragrance and absolutely love this one. And I mean a lot of people. So if you hate this and you're just ignoring this because of this, don't do it. There's so many people I know that absolutely love this. So if you own and love the original like I do, you may want to snag this up. Don't do what I did and waited a couple years to get this. Like I'm late to the party. Trust me. This is good stuff. If you trust my nose, trust me on this one. This is a great scent and a great addition to my Hermès collection. So thank you for watching my fragrance review on Terre d'Hermès Eau Très Fraîche. Welcome to the Perfect 10 Club, buddy. Please comment below with your thoughts on this fragrance. If you disagree with me, this is not a Perfect 10 fragrance, Mark. What are you talking about? Put it down below. Tell us why you hate it, why you love it, things like that. I love seeing the comments below. And remember, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching.